This is John Paul Ryan. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Some people call me. That was too fast. The article is Amber Heard puts Johnny Depp drama in her rear view with a happy place snap. Now, I'll be honest. This is one of those speculation articles because there's no 100% proof what Amber Heard's doing here is actually taunting Johnny Depp. But you have to think, in the life of Amber Heard, this is obviously probably the only thing she thinks about day and night. You know, maybe her thoughts go in and out here and there, but it's always on her mind. So probably what she's doing is somehow in some way connected, and she's thinking about the case when she does it. So let's take a look. Amber Heard isn't going to let the latest drama with her ex-husband Johnny Depp get in the way of her happiness. The 34-year-old put a smile on her face to take a quick snap showing the star in her happy place amid her legal battle with the Pirates of the Caribbean actor and losing her mother. Taken to her Instagram on Tuesday, May 19th, Amber Heard posted a shot from behind while riding her horse in the desert, leaving her legal woes in the dust. Well, we just heard in another article that she was quarantining and self-isolating herself, and I said, probably. I mean, she's in a desert. It's not like she's like really in contact with anyone. So, you know, I don't really actually think she's doing anything very harmful, but my point is, we don't actually know what she's really doing. So here it is. You could see the Instagram photo, her happy place. And as I said before, you could take this as literally anything, but you could also take it as kind of a smirk and a taunt about the case. So I leave it up to you. I personally think if this was me, if this was my life with the case, I'd probably be thinking about it all the time, at least till it's over, until there's some kind of closure. Looking over her shoulder, the blonde bombshell flashed a coy grin while wearing her Wranglers and straddling on horseback. See, I don't see why they have to call her a blonde bombshell. I mean, that's kind of a compliment. I get it. You want to maybe add some flavor to your writing or something. I just don't think you should call her that. Just call her Amber Heard. I guess that would be fair. So yeah, the picture I'm going to show you coming up is the one they're talking about actually. Showing the gorgeous but dry scenery in the background, the Aquaman actress captioned the horse riding shot, "My happy place." Hours later, Amber Heard posed next to a giant cactus and showed she was free as a bird by going braless. Okay. Her legal issues with Johnny Depp aren't the only dark cloud hanging over the star's head. She announced the death of her mother, Paige, on Monday, May 3rd. Well, somebody came along here and said there wasn't 100% proof she's a stripper, but I guess she has a habit of taking her clothes off in the car, in the desert. You know, there's some little hints right there towards it. And by the way, they mention her mother in this article, and I wish they didn't, but I'm going to go through with it because they made it part of the story. And I'm not sure why they did. The news is finished, so I generally like the blast, but I think they should have kept this out of it. Taking to her Instagram, Amber Heard posted a tear-jerking tribute mourning the loss of her mom, saying she was heartbroken and devastated beyond belief. Amber Heard stated, "She left us too early, collapsing onto the memory of her beautiful, gentle soul. She will be missed from the very depths of our hearts forever." Sharing a few throwbacks with her mom, she called herself truly lucky to have been her daughter and been given the gift of having the light she shone on everyone fall on me for nearly 34 years. That's fine. This whole part of Amber Heard's life, I said, is completely separate to the case and my judgment of her, and I guess the blast here was just regurgitating some content and they added it in. So here you see the horseback and the smirk looking back they were talking about. Once again, no complete proof that this is a smirk towards Johnny, but, you know, as I'm saying, man, I mean, if it was you, wouldn't you have this and like nothing else on your mind? That's all I'm saying. Amber Heard's earth-shattering news comes as she continues to battle a defamation case with her ex. She has accused Johnny Depp of domestic violence, but A-listers like Winona Ryder and Penelope Cruz have publicly supported the actor against her allegations, and the important, more recent news is that Ryder and Cruz's testimonies or statements, whatever you want to call them, will be used in court as evidence. And I guess, you know, Amber Heard must know that by now. If we know that, I'm assuming she knows that. Johnny Depp recently thanked his fans for their support and for staying on this long road with him. The duo got married in 2015 before legally divorcing in 2017. If I hear that one more time, Alright, they write that in like every article. Following her mom's death, Amber Heard took some time off of social media to mourn with her family. She made her Instagram return with a sweet picture of her nephew, and she's been slowly sharing her healing process since. Okay? If that's what you want to do, like I've stated on this channel, I lost my mother at 36. This was about 7 years ago now. But if it was fresh, you bet your ass I would not be sharing it on social media. I shared it with my good friends of decades. Some friends here I considered good friends that I thought were going to be friends for a long time. And like my wife. But Facebook and Instagram, why would I share that on Instagram and Facebook? That's like private to me. So I just wish she kept it out of it too. I wish they all kept the tragedy out of it. So let's take a look at some comments. These were from the Blast article. It's hard to feel sorry for someone who not only caused drama in her own life, but in John's and those he loves and who love him. And look, this is pretty much a common attitude. It feels like you should really want to feel sorry for Amber Heard, like when someone goes through that, you should feel sorry for anybody, but it's almost hard to even feel sorry for her. I mean, I could make the separation personally. I do. Yes, I feel sorry for her. Absolutely. But I see fans like this, and even worse, who don't. And I guess I can relate. Okay, so let's read this next one down here. I agree with Jamie L. Chaney, and I also want to point out that she even uses her mother's death to stay in the public eye and mislead people over and over again. Ride her horse with her friend, competition with the height of the cactus. Freud would interpret it with greater depth. I perceive all these additional indications as a narcissistic disorder. And for the case of the abuse and Johnny Depp, there is silence. Fish. Translated by Mr. Google. Sorry. Well, not the worst translation. I'm not sure what that fish means at the end. But okay. Yeah, but come to think of it, man, like I just said, alright? I don't have a script here. I'm reading this and giving my thoughts. I just said that I wouldn't share my thoughts on my mother's passing on social media for, dozens and hundreds of people to see, let alone millions. So, could it be that she's using that and doing something distasteful? We can't prove it, but if you think about it, it kind of feels like that. Not to be a broken record, but yeah, I wouldn't do it. I could see that. And I'm starting to think more of this. I wanted to originally just really, really keep this tragedy out of it. But if the media's going to pull it into articles, I'm going to talk about it just a little bit. I will never say anything disrespectful about her actual mother. It has nothing to do with her mother. It has to do with what Amber Heard is doing with the tragedy and how she's using the information. So it's all really about Amber. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about this down below. I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you subscribe, I'll be pretty happy. I mean, I make videos for subscribers and views pretty much. Not the only reason, it's fun, but that's one of the reasons. And if you don't subscribe, I guess I'll be sad. I forgot what I just said. Really busy. We're done. See you next time.
Central Park.